Stop hitting behind the golf ball and chunking your iron shots. Hey guys, it's Michael. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot and it allows you to not miss another one of my videos. And as always, I'm going to explain all the tips and tricks today in a super easy to understand way so you can go out onto the course and implement them right away. So we're going to talk about the dreaded chunk shot and hitting behind the golf ball, specifically with your irons. And we're going to go over what the reasons may be you're doing that and a few drills that's going to help you out. So the dreaded chunk shot, as you saw earlier, I'll replay it. Don't like to see that. You don't get any distance. It's honestly, I don't really know what's better or worse. Go comment in the comments, chunk or blade, which one is better? They each have their pros and cons, but with the chunk, you just get absolutely no distance. You're pretty much hitting again from where you are. And it's a shot we want to completely eliminate from our golf bag. So what usually happens with the chunk is we are becoming super steep at the golf ball, which we talked about this in the iron lesson last time. And you do need to hit down on the golf ball for it to come up in the air. But people tend to have a misconception and they tend to get up to the top and throw their hands straight down into the ground, almost like they're chopping wood. And that's not going to do you any good. It's just going to result in that chunk shot. So we need to work on shallowing. There's that big key word in the golf industry. You got to get shallow. We're going to talk about it. Shallowing your swing path to help you make ball first contact and an actual solid divot instead of just chopping wood and hitting behind the golf ball. So let's reiterate. Again, we get to the top here. A lot of people say, okay, I got to hit down, become super steep. As you can see here, the club shaft is really steep like this, coming straight down in the ball. You really have zero rotation and it's very hard to get in a good position. So let's talk about how we do this. And this is a great drill that you can implement right away. So I want you to think about bringing the club back low and slow. What I mean by that is your takeaway, actually keeping the golf club really low off the ground. I don't want you to lift this thing up because if you take a look how vertical this shaft gets if you take it immediately up. If you keep it low and slow, now all of a sudden you start to initiate some rotation and turn in your swing, which is going to help you give you some power. So bring the golf club super low off the ground as you take it away and see how my upper body here is working with the club. We talked about this in the last video, but if you keep that club nice and low, now all of a sudden you're initiating this turn. And you're gonna just keep turning with this golf club as you bring it to the top, starting it off nice and low. What you can do here is put a golf ball about, a foot behind the ball. We're going to over exaggerate the drill so we can implement it directly into our swing, right? That's super important. I want you to put the golf ball about a foot behind. And if you tend to pick up the club, you're gonna miss this golf ball 10 times out of 10. But thinking low and slow, I want you to drag this club across the ground pretty much until you make contact with that ball. That's going to tell you, okay, I'm actually starting myself in a good position to where now, if we go low and slow and I'm drawing a circle around my swing, now all of a sudden we have a golf swing going. We aren't bringing it up and chopping wood. Again, wrists are soft. Bring that golf club nice and low, making contact. Now you're just continuing to turn. And that's it. And you get to the top here and you turn it on the way through. This is going to significantly help you out. You can hit a couple shots like this as well. So we have our golf ball here, place the one about, I'm gonna go even further, 18 inches behind. Think, drag that club across the ground, keeping your hands nice and low, that club across the ground, make contact and come on through. You should really start to feel some turn in this swing. And here's another thing you can do to check. Drill number 2, place a tee in the bottom of your golf grip like this, so it's sticking out. If you tend to get really steep, more likely than not, at the top of your swing, this tee is going to be inside the golf ball, which I mean, if I drew a line straight down, all of a sudden we are inside the golf ball, between our feet and the ball. If we go low and slow and turn, now all of a sudden, this tee is outside the golf ball, meaning the club is a lot more on plane here, and it's going to allow us to get shallow, which means this club is now getting more shallow, more horizontal, and now we're using our turn to come through. Whereas if we got super vertical, now all of a sudden we have to throw our hands at the golf ball, which is no good. So putting a tee in the end here, it's gonna really help you out. Think low and slow. Low, check it. Okay, we're outside the golf ball, good. Now all you gotta do is turn it through. Low, turn. And that's going to really, really help you guys out. So just to reiterate, we do not wanna get steep. That is the culprit of getting fat shots with our irons. Don't wanna get steep. Try out the 2-ball drill, low and slow. Feel like you're dragging that club head across the grass like this. Check with the tee. It's going to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, again, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys out here real soon.